It's that time again.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out!
Here it comes.
Watch out! Here it comes. Hold it right there. Your attention, folks. We came here to fulfill your hopes.
Welcome to the Kraftside Podcast. I'm your host, Wayno, and with me, the People's Champ,
The champ
Vinrok.
is here!
Vince, welcome back to the show.
The champ is here!
Wayne, good to be back. What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Not a whole damn lot. And of course, we're joined by Sydney's second richest man, Stu Benson.
Well, you must be excited, mate. That was piercing. That introduction was piercing. I'm looking forward to it now. If I wasn't awake, now I am.
I'll turn it down a few decimals. How's that?
I'm all good with it. I'll just feed off your energy, mate. Let's go.
Well, we should be a little bit excited because for the first time in a while, we've got a new NBA champion. Milwaukee Bucks, guys. The Milwaukee Bucks. Who would have thought the
Not
Bucks?
me.
Bucks would, oh, I know. Me. I predicted that.
Not the Suns in 4 guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, not the Suns of 4 guy or this guy.
Just off the bat, what an epic performance by Giannis. What a fantastic closeout game.
Only a handful of guys have done that. I think it was Bob Pettit, Giannis. Gee, it's good to come in a podcast prepared, isn't it? Well, there was another guy. I can't remember. Who it was, but
No one here ever.
it's like closeout game I'm talking. You can count it on one hand. So fantastic, and he looked better and better every game. He looked more comfortable on that knee. His knee got better. So
It's just funny, like all the question marks and obviously like earlier in the series, like he even turned his free throw shooting around.
He was 17 of 19.
Right?
That's insane. It's like seriously, there was some doppelganger pretending to be him, and it was insane. The whole line across the whole board, like points, rebounds, blocks, free throws. It was insane.
it helps when you don't have fans counting down too. That helps. Not rushing him, It's
Not rushing?
that was annoying me, and that was so annoying.
I was annoyed for him.
I was.
All-time epic. Like you gotta. In our fandom lifetime, like if you're thinking that we've been watching basketball at this sort of level for 20 odd, 30 odd years, I've never seen a performance like it. In a closeout, it was insane.
Suns just looked defeated to me the whole game, and Booker just looked like he looked good, and he was like, but he just, I know that look in his face like, we just don't have enough to beat this team.
No, look, one thing they missed was Dario Saric. He gives them good minutes. He will give them 8 to 10 points a night. Spells Ayton in the middle, but Budenholzer. Look, I got to admit, after 2 games, I thought, gee, Ayton looks really good. He's active. He's everywhere. There's oops. Booker looked good. Chris Paul looked good. But Budenholzer made the adjustments and coupled that in with Giannis getting better on that knee. Phoenix didn't have enough personnel. They didn't have the answers.
I think a lot, especially after those first 2 games, was Middleton and Holiday stepping up as well. Like stepping up to the challenge. Like Middleton's been pretty solid throughout majority of the Bucks playoff run, but I felt like Holiday really had to turn it up a gear.
Man, he was. Thank God for his defense. I know what Benson thought, but geez, he was massively frustrating on the offensive end. I think game 5 he had a massive 30-point game or something. But
I think game 3 his absolute why did you even turn up to the stadium game?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I just love. I mean, you've got Giannis, who is like a defensive threat in himself with the athleticism and, that reach. But, when you're a guard and you're going up against a combination of like PJ Tucker and Drew Holiday, it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I think your point earlier, just saying like they kind of looked a little bit like we can't get around them. There was just this kind of, I wouldn't say deflated at that level, but there was just, I don't know, there just seemed to be some sort of a look in their eye. And I even caught, like, there was a couple little camera shots of Book looking at Chris Paul. And, like, I don't know, you just kind of, it wasn't that they were conceding defeat, but I think they knew they had a fucking mountain to climb.
Yeah, 100%.
But Phoenix didn't seem to change anything up either, really.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, I was getting so frustrated. I think I was messaging you blokes. I was messaging someone. I think it was game 3 or 4. I can't remember. But Chris Paul was just deferring. He was like giving the ball up, and then he was going to stand at the elbow.
Do you think he was hurt or just?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I thought games 4 and game 5 he deferred a lot, and there were times where like Campaign was sort of running it and he was playing like 2-guard, and it was like, dude, like, I don't know, I always go back to the likes of the Kobe's, and I'm just like, there's no way you take the rock out of his hand. There's no way he doesn't call the play.
Yeah.
I just thought, I agree with you, Vince. I thought it was a little bit odd.
It was strange, and then hearing, and I know there's a few podcasts out there that was talking about it. There's talk that he's tired. How can he be tired? He's had 3 days off between games. Don't tell me he's tired.
Yeah, I agree.
And-
Not only
and
that, he's been. Yeah, you go.
And when he dropped 41 points, was he tired then?
Mm.
Oh, come on. He's been building and waiting for this his entire career.
Oh,
Fuck
exactly.
tired. You don't get to be tired.
But I think that's, people just speculated on him because I don't think you'd ever hear that come out of his mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like you just said, Stu, he's been waiting for this moment, and I mean, suck it up, princess. This is what it's about, right? Like, you may never get back to this point, so you better give it. You better be walking off the court, win or lose, knowing you gave it everything you had.
Yeah, I was personally very underwhelmed with the fight, the attack, and the decision-making from Devin Booker in that closeout game. I just thought, you've got to bring it. That is win or don't go home. And, mate, yeah, I just something about that game really just, I don't know, I just kind of deflated a lot of this promise that I had for him.
Maybe he just didn't want kids. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Imagine that at the podium. Yeah, look, I read Kendall's tweet, and I thought, no, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, I'm out. We're good.
Time to go home. I mean, on the Bucks side of things, it was great to see Mallory. It was great to see. Sorry, lost my train of thought. It was great to see the turnaround, really. I mean, let's look back at this Bucks team. Like last year, obviously they got knocked out pretty early on. I think a lot of people thought they'd go a lot further than what they did. But we had that off season with the Bucks and Giannis and his contract, and it was kind of like the Bucks need to make some moves, or else. Do you know what I mean? Like, so to go through all those motions, and for Milwaukee to invest in Giannis, they're crazy not to, right? And Giannis to invest back in Milwaukee, and then to turn it around this year and come back with a chip.
Yeah. It's not like they were in. It's not like they were in must-win mode. I mean, they can still build to it, but they did go, kind of all in with Holiday, and they didn't get Bogdanovic on the sign rescission or whatever the fuck happened there. But they kind of just, I don't know. They just went from 0 to 100. Like, I did not expect. I don't know if anybody did, but I did not expect them to be NBA finalists this year.
Mm. Yeah.
I think there were always a chance to make it this year, but it never came. The words never came out of Giannis's mouth that he was looking to leave, or he never came out and said, "If you don't improve, I'm out of here," like Lillard has at the end of the day. But one guy who he was getting a bit of shit, not from podcasts, mainly Bill Simmons, PJ Tucker, and he's been copping it. Like, I thought, you know what you're going to get from PJ Tucker. He's probably, look, he's 36. He's probably slowed down a bit. I probably wouldn't have had him on Devin Booker a lot, but he busts his ass.
Yeah, I mean,
And he'll give you 1 or 2 threes. He does the little things that don't turn up on the stat sheet, but geez, he cops a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, he's got a championship ring.
to
And
me, like
he's got one before James Harden.
yeah, true. I mean, to me, he's kind of like that Jay Crowder mold, right? Like those blue collar workers that will hit the big shot, like you said, do that stuff that won't turn up on the stat sheet, but they'll take the challenge. Do you know what I mean? Like defensively, they'll take the challenge, and that's what I think separates a guy like that between, the next guy. It's like, yeah, okay, like it's kind of that know your role, right? Like if you can't be PJ Tucker or a Jay Crowder, walk onto a squad and expect you're going to have the offense run through you. Expect you're going to get 20 a night, even if you think you're capable of it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all about buying into, the team.
Oh yeah, 100%. He gave him what he was there for. He did his role. He's a guy who's got a very pigeonholed role in the league, and it doesn't matter where he goes. We see him do it, and he did it for the Bucks. It was a great acquisition by now.
One complaint.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with everyone spitting their beer out everywhere?
I didn't see that.
In the parade.
No,
Drink the shit. Don't spit it out.
Really?
What? So they are they worried about their figures, their physique? Are they just
Even Brandon Jennings, like chucking beer and fucking spitting it out across all the fans. It's like, dude, just drink it.
Hang on a minute. What's Brandon Jennings doing there?
Oh, dude, have you seen? He is everywhere.
I don't know.
He's the guy who wanted out because, hey, this franchise sucks. Goes and plays everywhere else. And now they've won a title. What's he's coming back in? Just give me a ring. I'm a former player. It's weird.
So bizarre. He's courtside. He's hugging everybody. He's in every photo. He's at the podium standing next to Giannis. What the fuck? When did that happen?
Yeah, I kept on expecting Bogues to jump out somewhere. Like, yeah, Milwaukee.
And then I was wondering, is Brandon Jennings like a minority owner or something? Is he in the ownership group or something?
Maybe. No.
It's just one of those things where people are grasping for anything to have like any kind of sort of, I don't know, wannabe hype insight to the Milwaukee Bucks team. Someone's grabbed remember when, I think it was when Milwaukee played Miami, and Miami had LeBron and the big three, and Jennings said like Bucks in 6.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I remember we covered it. We were like, well, what else is he supposed to say? Like,
yes.
I remember, but that's what they've grabbed, and they've gone to that, and now it's kind of like, I suppose, the answer to Suns in Ford guy. It's like, Jennings said years back, Bucks in 6. He also bounced the fucking Detroit as well, and like
he hasn't played there in 10 years.
Yeah, that's insane. You know who has played there a lot, and they should give an honorary ring to?
Who's that?
Ersan Ilyasova.
I mean, I feel like he just gets one by default. I mean,
he has played for them on 3 separate occasions. That's bizarre.
I'm sure he's on some roster somewhere in Milwaukee.
He's not getting one.
He's getting one.
He's not getting one.
He's going to sign next season at the start of the year and sneak one in.
Just because you're there on opening night doesn't mean you get a ring if you didn't play. I hate to tell you.
Silver won't know the difference. Yeah, he's always here. He definitely gets one. Yeah, he's like,
He could when they're all lining up at the podium and getting their rings, he could just jump on the back of the line. No one's going to know. They're going to go, is he here this year? Maybe.
See, Vince, if you were to say, is he a minority owner? I'd be like, well, maybe.
He probably is. He did more for the franchise than Brandon Jennings. So.
I mean, that's hard to argue with.
It's funny. I thought
I actually know a fair income fan.
What's that?
I actually know a fair income like Milwaukee Bucks fan, like a legit. I do. So Amanda, if you're listening, congratulations. Your Bucks deserve this year. You probably don't listen to the podcast, but tip of the cap. Must feel good.
Oh, yeah. When did she start going for the Bucks?
Oh, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, why?
I thought it would weird if I asked, to be honest.
And why doesn't she listen to the show? You should. Why aren't you out promoting?
I'll send it after we record. So, hey, we gave you a shout out.
I was talking about Brook Lopez before you really interrupted.
My apologies.
I thought he was going to be, because Ayton was just started off on fire the first two games, and I thought, hello, I'm right here. Aiden's going to be too quick for Lopez. But again, Budenholzer still starts Lopez, but gives him a few minutes, and then Giannis off to the 5. And I thought, gee, Lopez could just go missing here to a Bogut in 2015, just go to the bench. 2016, sorry, whenever they lost. But no, Lopez still gave him good minutes.
They used him really well. I love that they put Giannis at the 5, and they used him really, really well.
Yeah. Again, Coach Bud just seemed to have all the answers, and Monty was struggling a little there. Yeah, happy for Brook Lopez, former Laker, get a ring, deserves a ring.
Come on, Monty, turn it up, going into the locker room afterwards to congratulate. Just, mate.
Shut up, Wayne. That used to happen all the time in the 80s.
Made in the presser, dude. Come on, bro.
They did it in the 80s all the time. Pat Riley used to do it. Not that we lost a lot in the 80s.
No, that's true. I watched the I've been watching The Last Dance over the last couple of nights because I love that documentary. And Malone gets on the bus at the end of the at the Delta Center when they get beaten. I like it.
Yeah, he's defeated though.
It's classy.
Just defeated. Turn it up. Hey, speaking of documentaries.
Yeah.
Speaking of The Last Dance and documentaries, you know what's coming up, Vince?
Luc Longley documentary.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Don't know if you guys know, but I had the inside scoop on that about a month or so ago when I sat next to Luke during the Kings game.
That's what I would have told you about this fucking guy.
Mafia.
I'm telling you. Well, he can't because he's not a Wog, but this guy is not running New South Wales, by the time he's 50, I will eat my hat.
It's an unofficial ruling right now. It's just formalities.
I mean, we couldn't fuck it up anymore at the moment, let me tell you.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I'm excited about that documentary.
Me too.
2-parter. And, I mean, you know what? A documentary on Luke, and they've got MJ talking, they've got Scotty talking. I'm like, wow, this is all the works.
I saw a snippet of Longley talking about his relationship with MJ, and he just seems a little bit cold towards MJ.
I think he is though. Like I think they're all by default a little bit like that because MJ was business 24/7. You know, like
yeah. And even you can read between the lines on The Last Dance. I mean, with the exception of Pip, and even that was still icy. Particularly in the last three-peat, but it seems like everybody was kept at arm's length. Like Wayne just said, it was business. Like you were there to work and play your role. It doesn't seem like there was much off-court camaraderie.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Like I kind of feel like we're going to get the. My vibe with it is that he respects the hell out of him, but he's not someone who will want to have a beer with. You know, like after the game.
Well, at the end of the day, mate, when he goes home and looks at those 3 rings, he can thank MJ.
100%.
And all credit to Luc Longley, he got the most out of his talent.
Yeah.
But playing for the Bulls put him on the map even more. Like he's done well for himself.
I'm sure.
He's married to Anna Gare, isn't he? Isn't he still married to Anna Gare?
Oh wow.
I don't have no idea who that is.
Oh, she's like a semi-famous Australian, and she's like really milfy. She's like 50 something, but she's tidy. I just took the podcast on another tangent.
He's like, Wayne, cut that out.
Up late in the Courtside podcast.
Doing the Richard Mercer Love God. Sorry,
hey,
when did you meet Anna?
Didn't like Longley loot the house, everything like a fire or something? I'm sure MJ and a lot of those Bulls guys donated like a lot of stuff back to Longley as well. So
they did
from the championship run. I'm sure that's right. I did read that.
Yeah, he had a house fire.
Big house fire. Yeah.
But he actually lost. I think he had no idea where 1 or 2 of his rings were.
Mm.
And it turns out that he lent it to like some sports museum or something.
Oh, wow.
Like how do you lose track of
The only person that you would give a pass on that team to lose track of a ring would be Rodman, because he
Yeah.
could be inside someone.
Before we jump off the
I
Longley
reckon they could get a good grasp of it.
Oh, Jesus. Jeez.
Carmen Electra's got one.
I'm with the Longley doco. I'm kind of just more interested to hear about his whole falling out with the Boomers and stuff as well.
He had a falling out with the Boomers?
For years there.
That's right. We couldn't get him to play, could we? Why do the Boomers officials do this to our top players?
I feel like the culture's changed a lot now and whatnot, but I mean, I don't know.
I thought a lot of his was kind of injury based, though. Wasn't it just timing?
That's what I thought.
Maybe. We'll find out.
So you just made that up, Wayne?
No, we'll find out.
Oh, okay. Mark Robinson just made things up.
I mean, we could probably ask Ben Simmons. Who knows? I don't know.
What would he know about playing for Australia?
Can I ask you a question about Ben Simmons?
Yes.
When he was 18, right, and he really wanted to play for the Boomers,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 17, 18, and they said no. Why would you not put him in? Because he's not going to be the worst player on the team, that's for sure, even at 17, 18. So why not play him?
That's why a whole lot of young.
That's why he's pissed off.
Coming through, and I remember that year because I think it was Exum's first.
Better than him?
I think Exum at the time. I mean, you got to remember, like,
Stop
Exum. Look, I don't disagree with you.
Thank you.
Okay, but I think Exum was just about to hit the league that year. Simmons didn't come in. Well, maybe to a season or two seasons after.
I always thought it had to do with the conflict of LSU scheduling. I didn't think it was we don't want you. I just didn't think they could get him for the lead.
No, I think they left him off the squad and he got real sour-faced about it.
Yeah.
I know.
And
that,
Bogut pretty much said the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Bogut, because Bogut was talking about his own experience, like he nearly quit playing for Australia because of the management.
Wow.
And he said they sort of did the same thing with Ben Simmons, and that's why it's hard to get him to play for Australia.
Do you think there's with Simmons? I know we talked at length about him a couple of shows ago, but do you think the writing's on the wall with him in Philly, considering no one can get in touch with him from Philadelphia camp?
Sounds like it, especially what I read today. Toronto are super keen, and Philly asked for, I think it was 2 players. I think it was Van Vliet, OG, Anunoby, and pick 4.
Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah, and Toronto scoffed at that. So, yeah, he's done there. He's done. And I'm more than happy to take him if no one wants him.
We're talking about international ball. Let's talk about some international ball. And how about USA being handed it by France?
You guys watch it?
You love to see it, don't you?
I mean, we touched on it last show, Stu, talking about what would we talk about? We talked about would the NBA maybe look at changing, some of the rules, to help them become international. We talked about, international teams like France, prime example about a team that's been together for years and like really, really know each other. And, because it gets to a point like you can do what USA do year in and year out, which I think they've tried to alleviate by having the camps and, signing guys on. That's why you still see Kevin Love show up in the USA jersey. You can put all the talent together, but if they're not playing for each other, they're not playing for the team. This is kind of the result.
Did you guys watch it? Do you guys both watch the game?
I watched the second half.
Vince, did you watch it?
I've seen little bits and pieces.
That's a no. Okay, that's a no.
No, I've seen bits and pieces because I don't like watching. I don't like watching anyone but really Australia.
Yeah.
So,
no, fair comment.
I'll watch. What's his name? Doncic. I'll watch him.
Oh yeah, you watched it. Yeah, his game was ridiculous. But honestly, you could tell. And Wayne, if you get a chance to watch the first quarter, USA just you can tell 2 minutes, 3 minutes into the game, just some of the risky little things they're doing, and just the looks that they give each other after a made shot. And they just think they thought they'd won the game in the first 2 minutes, and they don't respect their opponents, and they're going to get beaten, and it's going to happen again.
I mean, what was the Iverson Marbury squad? Was that 2012? I want to say.
No, that was 2004.
2004, right?
Yeah.
I don't care what all these online punks say, because I remember when that fucking team was announced, and everyone online at the time, what internet we did have at the time, were carrying on about how this team's going to like cruise to it, and a similar sort of situation happened. Yeah. It just feels like that all over again. It feels worse though, because like we've discussed on the show many a times, international ball has caught up.
Yeah.
But what do you think of this, guys? This USA team is not fit.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
They're not fit. Like teams of the past, when you had Kobe, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and all the other guys, they were beating teams when they walked out on the court. Yep. Before they walked out on the court. This team isn't fit, and I just don't think they're mentally 100% invested. Like going through the motions, a bit like Benson said, yeah, we got this one. And it's between the ears, mate.
Yeah, there's no aura about them. No other five-man lineup is staring across the court from these guys. Not even from Nigeria to France to Slovenia to Australia. There is no five-man or 12-man roster looking across that court and going, oh, fuck, we're in trouble. No one.
No, you're right. As good as Lillard is, he's not going to put the fear of God into him. I reckon teams fear Doncic more than the whole squad of the USA. Even with Durant there. Durant's not switched on. Durant is going through the motions.
He's not.
Can't tell me he's invested.
Like, he's not like. This sounds really, really random, but he's not. He hasn't stepped up. Like, he's the older guard now.
Yeah.
He should be doing the Kobe role there right now.
He should be putting. You're right. He should be putting him on his back, going right.
He should be on. No, this is how you turn up. This is your practice. This is your game face should be on for practice. You know, those other guys should be talking about in the presses. Man, I got here and I got to experience like how KD warms up, and you know he's here like X amount of time beforehand, and there's none of that going on. You know, there's none.
Which is why Carmelo Anthony should be in the damn squad.
I was going to say that.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. No, can you? I'll tell you why. Because every time he plays Australia, he fucking drops 30.
Yeah.
He's the greatest international basketball player that America has ever produced. There's no denying it. He is. Yeah. When you put a USA jersey on him, he is a different beast.
He is. And he fucking slaughters us.
Yeah.
So, how upset are they going to be when they don't medal?
Ooh, that's a big call. I don't know if they're not going to.
I don't want to play them.
They've already turned on themselves. Let me just point this out. They've already turned on themselves. Players are already calling out Popovich.
Really?
Because they don't want to run what the Spurs run.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because that system didn't win anything, did it?
No.
They've only made the playoff 45 straight years.
Pop would have more rings than that whole team combined.
He does. He does. How many's Durant got? 2?
You've got Durant's got 2. You've got Middleton's got 1. You've got Drew's got 1. There's 4.
There you go. He's got more. He's got more rings. Got one more ring than the whole fucking squad. Yeah, they're I don't want to play him for a medal because I think that might motivate him a bit. But, I just wish we had a young Andrew Bogut in the middle. A serious question here. Why is Nick Kay in the squad?
Yeah.
And not Thon Maker?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Nick Kay, good NBL player. Frustrating to say the least, playing for Australia.
Yeah, well, I thought Maker stepped out because he something to do with the NBA. Like he wanted to
make it.
Get some fucking court burn with us.
Yeah.
God damn. Who's the other fella Gorgian brought in? Duop Neath, is it?
I like that kid, man.
He's all right. He's got a lot of international experience. He's 30, seasoned. He looks good.
The funny thing is, I don't know if it was like this in the first half of that game. Stu, as I said, I only caught the second half, but I just find it really. I watched that game and it just looked like USA was on the back foot. Like you could tell France really knew their role. Gobert's in the middle. Fournier, whatever the fuck however you say his name is.
Fournier.
Yeah, he's.
Don't Google that, by the way.
There wasn't any of that, but I could just tell that the first half, at least, that I didn't see was probably made up of much of what I saw in that third quarter, which was like USA guys getting like super frustrated because there's no bullshit fouls call.
Yep, definitely.
The rougher bully ball of the international play, they just couldn't get their mind past it. Obviously the team chemistry over individual talent wins out.
Yeah.
And there's no stupid touch fouls or.
Oh yeah, that was a big factor. The physicality that France were able to not get away with, but it's international basketball. And a lot of these ref over in the EuroLeague. And so, a lot of them aren't used to calling these bullshit breathe on somebody fouls that these NBA royalty guys are used to. No one's got home court advantage, and it was driving them fucking mad. And the ISO ball, I mean, you're playing against a true team, and every team, even when we spanked Nigeria, when we started to blow them out in the third and the fourth quarter, despite that, none of them went hero ball mode. They all wanted to involve the team, and that's a big difference.
Played the system, right? Played the system they've learned over the last few years, and brought new guys in, worked new guys in, and
if Pop wants to run plays and they're not going to do it, then they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, look, we should talk some Boomers because I know Vince's got some things to say because he wasn't too happy in that first half anyway with the Boomers versus Nigeria. Whoa! Those Facebook comments were.
We just put up a lot of rubbish too. What has Dellavedova done with his jump shot?
Well, he tried to fix it a couple of years ago, and this is it.
But there was nothing wrong with it.
It's not shooting off his shoulder anymore. It's not shot putting it.
Go and have a look. Go and have a look at some footage when he's playing for the Cavs.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth.
It's so weird to look at now. It's honestly, it's like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist weird. It is one of the weirdest shots I've ever seen.
Yeah, look, always loved Delly. Gives us everything he's got. The only selection issue I've got is Nick Kay. Other than that, I think Gorge is doing a really good job, and they love playing with each other.
Mm.
And he's playing Exum too much.
Is he?
Played all right last game.
Exum, you could see what he wanted to do. Exum, he just can't finish unless it's wide open dunk. No. But layups, God, man, you get into the basket, just fucking lay it up. You're 6'6".
I play against people on Monday night that are better than Dante Exum.
Come on,
I'm
now.
not even fucking joking.
Come on, man.
I'm talking about, mate. Come on, dead set. Give Josh Green some minutes.
Yeah, that kid's great.
Yeah, Josh Green. We've got a good future, but that's our strength, man. We love playing with each other.
Yes.
Chemistry's good. And it's the same with Spain and probably teams like Slovenia and that. So something the USA don't have. They don't have that camaraderie that we've got. And seriously, Paddy Mills.
He's our Carmelo Anthony, mate, isn't he?
Oh, dude.
He's so good.
Just what a beast.
He's so confident and just so good. He is with all due respect to our teammates and the skill level, he's just a level above, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Still looks quick. He's 32, still quick. I reckon he'll be around for the next Olympics too. But
yeah, I think so too.
Joe Ingles looked a bit out of sorts.
I think it was just maybe the matchup.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Goulding. I mean, it's probably a minutes thing because he's behind Ingles, Tybal. But Jesus, the athleticism of Tybal was surprising for me.
Oh, what a two-way player.
Didn't realise he was that athletic.
I'm loving his videos, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't like Vegemite though. That's Come on, mate. Do you not like Vegemite, Wayne?
I fucking love it.
Food of God.
This is the thing that, okay, Americans, if you're out there and you want to try Vegemite, here's the thing. It's not fucking Nutella. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
it's savory. Think savory when you have it. So a light spread on warm toast with butter.
Yeah. Like
Don't
butter.
fucking get. No one here gets a spoon of that shit and licks it off the fucking spoon.
No.
I
Every
get
time-
so mad about the Vegemite thing, Vince. Like,
It fucking annoys me when they do it. Oh, it smells like shit. Ugh, yuck. You just put a spoonful in your mouth, you dickhead.
I totally agree. The only way an American or any other country for that, any other ethnicity, the only way they're ever gonna enjoy Vegemite on toast is if one of us makes it for them, and then they'll love it.
100%.
Yeah.
Or if you somehow snuck it on like a cracker with cheese,
Oh, fantastic.
right? A jat, a jat.
Oh, let's not go the Jats.
Jats.
Let's go some Savoys.
Mate, if we are not sponsored by Kraft next podcast, I am going to be filthy.
Well, if anyone could fucking make that happen, Benson, it's you.
I'm happy to change the name to the Kraftside Podcast.
Bunch of Aussies talking boomers and veg.
Doesn't get better than that.
Oh, mate, but just we might have to send Joey like a tube. You know what? Christmas time, Joey, I'll send you a tube.
He's gonna fucking hate it. He's gonna.
Nah, because I'll send it with strict instructions. I'll even send a fucking video. This is how you do
Like
it.
you said, one of us would have to make it for an American to enjoy it because.
I'll
You
make
have
it.
to YouTube yourself doing a really.
And you gotta eat that toast while it's warm. You can't fucking just. I'm sick of these freaks who make toast and walk away from the toaster and come back 5 minutes later and it's fucking cold. It's like, no, you eat stale toast.
Yeah, you want your butter melted.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway.
Look, I'll make it. I'll put some Glad wrap and then I'll send it.
Good luck with that.
Oh, this is a podcast for the ages. This is.
We cover a wide variety of topics.
It's true.
Did you guys read up on the great news for our local league, the National Basketball League, NBL?
I have not heard. You alluded to something in the chat before we started recording, but I have no idea. So enlighten me.
Big news.
So 3-year deal with ESPN and KO and Foxtel, cable provider here. 3 years, KO and ESPN are showing every game.
That's cool.
Also, even if you can still watch, if you're not paying for KO, you get 2 free games a week, which is cool.
So are we still getting the games on SBS?
And they're going to announce a free-to-air schedule as well. So I'm tipping that'll be SBS as well.
That's great.
Yeah, very close to announcing a free-to-air. So a lot of money getting pumped in. And like Homicide Williams says, man, it ain't a cupcake league, and we're not paying like a cupcake league either. So
That's
why
that's
quality
gonna be,
imports.
That's going to be one of the great things. The money's there's going to be just like the NBA deals. There's going to be money distribution throughout the league to the teams to be able to attract this top level of prospect, and the league's only going to grow off the back of it. It's awesome.
Can we speed the process up a little bit, and can they just cover the Olympic Games right now? Because
that was terrible, wasn't it?
oh wow! I mean, between the commentators not knowing anything about basketball and them cutting to the fucking swimming, like
Commentators, oh my god!
Do you know what the problem is? When the Olympics are on in this country, swimming is just put on a freaking pedestal. Everyone bows down to the swimming. Like, no one watches swimming. For the last 5 years, no one's watched an ounce of swimming. The minute it's on the Olympics, I'm going to sit down and watch the glass of red and watch the swimming. Fuck off. You haven't watched it in 5 years.
Mate, we're meant to be co-hosts. How dare you imitate me like that?
you would never be seen dead drinking red, Vince.
Not when I'm watching the swimming. Swimming's a white wine sport.
Cleanse the palate first. Wow, we've gone off topic.
But the disrespect that the boomers get,
Oh, yeah, you're dead right.
Far out.
It's disgusting, actually.
2 minutes to go, and you cut to these bullshit interviews, and you've got to chop and change. If you want to keep watching, go to 7. Go to 7
Yeah,
clicks. Go to,
that sucks. That hopping of channels is bullshit. Yeah.
and yeah, okay, you could watch the full game on the 7 Olympics app, but had the guy from Tobin Brothers doing the fucking commentary.
Yeah.
Like, he was about 80 and he fell asleep at half time.
No, that was called a stroke, Vince.
I'm going to have one in a minute because I tell you, it just burns my cannolis.
Oh, boy.
If we can, let's keep in the tonality of frustration. Big things happening in Memphis, Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne, go on, vent, release. Come on.
I've calmed down a bit, I must admit, from earlier today.
Have you really? I'd be still a little bit pissed off if my team MVP got fucking traded. But anyway, continue.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I still argue that David Griffin in New Orleans doesn't know what he's fucking doing. The only thing I could think of you would do this for is if you're trying to clear cap, you can re-sign Zoe to a bigger contract.
That's what it's for, isn't it? No?
Is it? I don't know.
He wants to chase Lowry as well.
See, this is the thing. He's already been through 3 point guards. Drew Holiday, Eric Bledsoe. Like, just give him the damn keys already. He clearly has a connection with your freaking franchise player. I mean, I'm not even a Pelicans fan, but I'm just like, don't waste Zion's time.
Agree.
Don't waste his time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
his family already hate it there. So,
like, you've got a young Zion Williams. The dude is a freaking beast. He's NBA 2K. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, that you're not trying to get this guy happy. I mean, so instead of focusing on that, like bring in something else. Bring another piece to help the squad. Anyway.
He brought in JV.
Yeah, I mean, look, Christ, I don't know what to say.
Look.
All right, the way I'm looking at it, I'm trying to take a step back and look at it, and maybe this is like Julius Randle for you guys. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like the one guy I wish we would have kept when we fucking made it.
You always got to talk about things that hurt, don't you?
I know, I'm sorry, but I mean, he's our glue guy, he's our veteran, and I just feel like if you take the glue guy away, we're going to lose identity. Like, he's the guy in the locker room that pulls the other kids into line. We're a super young team. Like, I like
Adams. Adams can be that guy.
I like Steven Adams, I do. Like, but I don't know, man. You've already got that in place. That's what Jar's known since he's come into the league. That's what. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like you've built something special here. Don't pull the rug out now.
I don't think anybody knows why this trade was made from your point of view. I think people can see it as cap movement and space and things like that for the Pels, but I don't think
10,
anybody
man.
really understands it from your
Pick
side.
10. Grizz wanted pick 10.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless we're looking to package, I mean, word is Bledsoe's not staying anyway.
No,
Yeah.
he's gone.
So unless we're looking to package Bledsoe and 10 pick for something else, or maybe they're trying to sneak, I mean, this is pure like speculation. Maybe you're trying to jump up and get Jalen Green or someone. I don't know.
Word is you're trying to move up.
I mean, I got to say though, like I'm upset by the trade, but I still have faith in management, if that makes sense.
Well, Chris
that's
Wallace
fair.
isn't there, so that's a start.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, so I'm not
Don't
even.
you disrespect the man who gave us power?
You know what? You're right.
Lakers insider for years he was.
You're right. I lost my head. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit like I'm annoyed that Big Val's not going to be there anymore. I don't hate Stevens. I just don't think he's the same player as Val. I think Valanciunas
Stevens?
underrated, man. So underrated for his position. And yeah,
He's talking about Adam Stevens. Vince, shut up. Stevens.
oh boy. Anyway, I'm
Right, he's emotional. He's emotional.
I really am. What do you guys think?
I like it for you guys, man. You got pick 17, you got pick 10. You could package both of those and move up.
Yeah,
Like,
if that's the plan, I'm okay with it.
Like, Adams is younger than JV. JV's turning 30 next year. He's not going to be part of a championship team. And if he's going to move up, great. If you don't, you still got pick 10. You're going to get a player that's going to help you build again. It's another piece for the future. You've just got, obviously, you've got to get the pick right. But you're going to get another good player at 17. I don't know what you're complaining about.
You cut out for a bit there. Sorry.
Well, you're going to get, I was saying, you're going to get another good player at 17. I'm just not sure what you're complaining about.
I just don't want Big Val to go.
No, fair enough. I think he's very handy, but it's not like he's giving away a shack.
No, I mean, I have heard words, rumblings, taken with a grain of salt, that maybe we draft at 10 and maybe Giddy's available. I don't know how I feel like that.
Why do you need Giddy if you've got
Jar?
Yeah, running the show.
And we got Tyus with the backup, who's like Mr.
Yeah.
Reliable. So I don't know.
Do you
I
really see?
worry that Giddy's going to go. My worry and concern with Giddy is that he's going to be our next Exum, and he's going to be drafted irrationally high, which puts the pressure on them, and it's really hard to live up to that. Like, I don't think he's lottery. Like, he's been invited to the green room, so it's all but confirmed that he's most likely going to be a lottery pick. I think that's wildly high.
I reckon he's got a promise from someone.
I wonder who it
He has
is.
to. Or there are enough teams that have shortlisted him that it's almost impossible for him to fall out of enough teams' top 2 or top 3. So his name has obviously been floated around to the point that they've invited him. And I just, like, I've seen the kid play. Like, I want him to, and I think he's got all the tools, but I just think it's just overrated at this stage.
Look, Giddy's not going top 3, right?
No,
Does he go to Toronto at 4? Can he fit in there?
he could.
Orlando?
Orlando got so many guards.
Yeah, they've got Cole Anthony. Aren't they playing Cole at the one?
They've still got Fultz. They've got Cole. They've got Augustine. Was he still there? I think he is. I think he's there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's going to get drafted too high.
I just feel like losing JV. I mean, what does that mean? Like, people will say that maybe he became a bit unplayable, come playoff time. But shit, man, we wouldn't have made it there without him. Like, no way in hell. He's guaranteed. Like, he's almost like he's a 2010 guy.
2012, isn't he?
Yeah, he's huge for us all year long. And yes, I just feel like they're pulling the rug out a little bit. I'm also a little bit concerned about, a guy like Jaren Jackson having to play the 5, come playoff time. And it's one of those things, Vince, you said it many, many moons ago, and you don't say it often, but I just feel like he doesn't have that dog in him.
Really?
Yep. I don't think he wants to be in Memphis. I don't think his heart's in Memphis, and I just don't feel like he just doesn't have the fight.
He's probably... The thing is, he's followed Zach Randolph.
It's not that. I mean, I think half it is because he's a bit of a unicorn.
I think that's...
Calling people unicorns.
He's a bit of a unicorn.
Why did the Grizz fans love Randolph?
What's that?
Why did the Grizz fans love Zach Randolph so much?
He's blue-collar worker,
Yeah.
grit and grind.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your point?
Well, you're talking about Jaren Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's the total opposite of that.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. He's had to follow Zach Randolph.
But he's... Yeah, I don't know, man.
So you're expecting... The kid's good. The kid's going to be good.
He can be good.
He's going to be really good.
He can also be terrible. He can also consistently get... I mean, look, I know a lot of Grizz fans out there were like super excited because they couldn't wait for him to get back on the court. I think some of them have short-term memories of how quickly he gets into foul trouble.
I know, right? He is the most foul-prone player.
Dude,
this
has
is-
3 fouls in the first fucking quarter there.
Seriously.
He does.
This is the problem with fans.
I'm not joking, man. Like,
And you're one of them. You just want to quit on these young blokes
I'm just saying.
so fast because you want results
Look,
now. You wanted results yesterday. The
look,
kid
I'm not.
is
you
not
know I'm
even
that guy.
23
You know
yet.
I'm not that person. That's ridiculous.
It's not even
You sound
22
like-
yet.
I mean, I get it.
Say that again, Benson. How old is he, mate?
I don't even think he's 22. I'm sure he's 21. I read
He's
a list the other day.
21 and a half, okay?
I read,
You
okay,
bet so.
there you go. I read a list of players who were 21 the other day, and he was on it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, give this guy a chance.
All right. I don't know. Look, in one aspect, I'm kind of like, well, this all comes down to what we get, like you guys said, like what we get in return for these. We obviously still got to pick right. Can we move Bledsoe? Are we moving up? Are we just looking to bring in someone else? You know, a talent upgrade? Time will tell, I suppose. But
You guys have invited Chandler Parsons to training camp, just so you know.
hey, you're bringing that name up on the podcast. May the heavens open up and swallow you whole. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
How dare you?
I was just going to say, don't give up on Jaron Jackson Jr. because
All right.
So don't give up on Chandler.
he's got. I don't think he's getting a gig anywhere. He's living a good life.
He would be. He would be.
Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out! Here it comes. Watch out!
Ball.